Shabbat Shalom everyone. This week it is Parashat Vaetchanan, and look what I've got here over here. A map of the land of Israel. Huge map of much of it is biblical Israel over here. And what is Israel? Israel is a place which Moshe Rabbeinu wanted to enter. We learn in this week's Parashah, here in Parashat Vaetchanan, he actually prayed 515 times to enter the land of Israel. As we learn, however, Hashem did not agree to his request. And at the end, he didn't actually enter Eretz Israel, the land of Israel, but he was able to see the whole land, the whole of this fantastic land. Why couldn't he see Israel? Why couldn't he come inside the land of Israel? Why he led Israel all throughout the years inside the wilderness? Why didn't he have the right to enter the land of Israel at the end? Because we learned back in Parashat Chokat, in the middle of Sefer Bamidbar, only a few 5-6 weeks back, that he was meant to, instructed by God, by Hashem, to speak to the rock, to do an open miracle, a kiddush Hashem. However, out of anger, he ended up hitting the rock. And because of that, his punishment, the consequence was, he wouldn't be able to enter the land of Israel and would pass away at the age of 120. Me'ah ve'esrim, as we learn at the end of Parshat V'zot, HaBracha, prayed 515 times. And we very much see this. 515, is there a coincidence? The gematria of the word Vaetchanan, which is this week's parasha, is actually 515. So let's go on a tour together within regards to what Vav naturally is 6, and Aleph is another 1, which will equal 7 at this stage in time. So that is Va'et. Then you've got a Taf, which is 400. That's 407. So Va'et. Then you've got a Chet, which is another 8. So at this point in time, it is 415. And then there's a Nun and a Nun Sofit. Each of that has a worth, numerical value of 50 each. So that equals 515. So the 515 prayers, which Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, actually beseeched God so that he could enter Eretz Israel, to enter the land of Israel, is actually very much hinted to just by the numerical value of the Hebrew word Vaetchanan. And very interesting. Eretz Israel, sometimes I'm living here. So many people, got millions of people living here at the moment. We've never had so many Jews since the time of the temple living in this precious land. But we could take it for granted sometimes, the benefits of living in this fantastic country where we've got the 4 holy cities, Jewish cities in the entire world over here. We've got a lot of the mitzvot that are pertained inside the Torah, you can only keep it in the land of Israel. Say, for example, what are these mitzvot, friends, which we can only keep in this land? There's within regards to tithing, within regards to Shemitah, so many different things. And actually say, which I've related over on several occasions before, which we learn in Masechet Ketubot, in Tractate Ketubot on page 111, that by walking 4 steps in Israel, one can anticipate, can have a part of when the Geula comes, redemption comes into Israel. And every single thing we do here in this fantastic country, it has got pertaining mitzvot to it, has got a precious commodity to it. So that's very much the message of this week's Parasha. Moshe, he was yearning to go to Israel. He was begging to go to Israel. He beseeched Hashem to go to Israel. But we are here now. We've got the country here, and sometimes so many people, unfortunately, could take it for granted. We see over here, but we've got to do it. We've got to live it. We've got to breathe it. And if we live outside of Israel, we should support it. We should, if someone, unfortunately, we see so much bias inside the international media, so much lies taking place within regards to this fantastic country. We should defend Israel. We've got an obligation to do it. We should, when we're coming on holiday, why we should go to Greece, why we should go to Italy, why should we go to China, Hong Kong, Japan? Israel's the place to go if we are living outside of the country. We should spend our money here. We should visit it, go to the Kotel, go to Tzfat, go to Tiberias, go to all these fantastic places. We should daven here, do the mitzvot over here and everything else. And that's the significance of living in this land. However, the bad news also is that, according to some of the commentators, that obviously keeping the mitzvot in Israel has much more of a premium effect, a zenith effect. However, God forbid if someone would be doing the transgressions they would be doing outside of Israel also. From many of the commentaries also say that it could have just as even a worse magnified effect than if one is doing that also outside of Israel. So it's a land that is kadosh. And we learn all about it. Here we're going to come inside Sefer Devarim. At the moment, we learn all about the parameters of the biblical Eretz Israel. Which shevet, each tribe, they've got a different portion of land. Naturally, Levi was the one that didn't necessarily get to that specific portion. They got the chelek of all the different cities, which was to Hashem's bequest. But all the other tribes, they got different chelek, different parts of the land of Israel. And that's what it is. We shouldn't take it for granted. Every step, every mitzvah we do in this holy country has got kedusha to it. And we just related over only 2 weeks ago in Parashat Moshe that we had to travel through 42 places inside the wilderness. Mem bet makamot. We had to go through inside the wilderness. Why was this? Because there's sparks of kedusha in each place of Israel we can take from it when we're coming in from the wilderness into the land itself. So that's the message that I'm giving everyone in this week's Parashah, in this week's video. If we're living in Israel, we must celebrate it, and we must take advantage of it, and we must thank Hashem for it. And if we're outside of Israel, the conversation for many people, it is much more difficult to actually move from America, from Canada, from Mexico, from France, from England to Israel. There's financial reasons, family constraints, and all those things. But at least it should be a discussion in someone's brain or someone's mind or in the house among the family. When we should move to Israel, under what circumstances and everything else. Israel should be in everyone's heart. And they say that Israel, there's a piece of Israel in everybody. Every single Jew out there, there's some sort of a microcosm from Israel. And here we are today. It was a very significant day here in Israel, where there was reforms, judicial reforms going on in the Knesset. But you see that people on the different spectrums of the Israel political spectrum, everyone, when it comes to this fantastic land, everyone has a say to it. Everyone cares about it in a significant way. Everyone loves it so much, and that's what a breath of fresh air which came out from this whole period is that it's this land over here, this fantastic land over here. Everyone's getting the flags out, whichever political spectrum they are, and waving it and everything else, whether for one reason or another. And it just shows what a celebration it is that we've got this fantastic country. And Bezrat Hashem, we're going to come on and do more fantastic mitzvot and everything else. I would like to dedicate this Lilui Nishmat to Raphael Benjamin Ben Margalit, who sadly passed away around 6-7 weeks ago. Maybe this Devar Torah be his Lilui Nishmat, and wish you all a fantastic week and a meaningful fast if you can listen to this before Tisha B'av, which naturally, hopefully, the Mashiach and the Bet HaMikdash is going to be rebuilt before then. Guys, have a fantastic evening and take care.